have something to say to y'all also. Gentlemen, sit down and pee.
You know how many toilet seats that's been up with pee on them?
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Bible Z podcast, where bold stories meets beautiful energies. Hi, I'm Z, your host, and today we have a special guest. Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Waylon, and I'm very nervous.
You nervous?
Yeah, I'm nervous.
Why?
I've never done a podcast before, like with somebody like.
Oh, sweet boy. Okay, well, since you're nervous, we're going to start with segment 1, which is breaking the ice. Okay, setting
let's break
pace.
the ice.
Setting the pace and breaking the ice. This is, I will ask you a question, and you'll tell me an answer to the best of your ability. Now, these are very, fun questions, so you can get loose. Relax, Waylon. For
I'm
real,
chilling. I'm
podcast.
chilling.
It's just like
we going smooth through it,
sitting.
Go through it.
What's your go-to comfort food when you've had a long day?
Man, that's good. You talking about quick or like
anything? Like what if you've had a long drawn out day and you just feeling like, oh my goodness, like not feeling the best.
If I'm not feeling the best, I'm going with the most expensive meal. I'm gonna get the steak.
Really?
Because I mean, I'm like, I worked hard, I deserve it.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm gonna go get a steak.
Okay, you know what I thought you was gonna say?
What?
Chipotle.
Nah, that's just a comfort, like throughout the day. Just
like any type of
day,
easy
I
meal.
can just eat it and just get filled up without having a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
okay.
Chipotle, Chick-fil-A, just to go to, just quick.
Yeah.
But if I wanna, I'm tired, I think I'm gonna give me a steak.
A steak.
Yeah, steak.
Gotcha. It makes sense. You have to reward yourself when you work hard. You have to reward yourself, for real, especially after long, hard days. Okay, question number 2. If you had a theme song right now, a theme song for your life, what would that song be?
Man, I just been listening to so much music lately, but I honestly don't know names of any songs. Like, I don't know titles of songs. You know this.
Yeah,
Let's
I do
break
know
the ice.
this.
This is my sister. She never said that we were siblings.
Yeah, we are siblings, guys.
Yeah, so she know. I don't remember stuff that well when it comes down to songs. But I did listen to a song earlier, and I can't remember the. I had to come back to that. I can't remember the name.
It's called I can't remember. Wait. Home Sweet Hell.
Yeah, it's a new song that just came out, and I just listened to it earlier. It's not like a theme song, I wouldn't call it, but it was something I related to.
Yeah.
And then I really liked it today. Every day's a different day, so it changes. Like every day. Like today, I was listening to worship music. I saw Dante Bow came back to Maverick City.
Did he?
Yeah, he did.
Wow, I did not know that.
He dropped a new song. Yeah.
Oh.
So I was listening to his music too, and one of them was saying, "I know I'm getting older, but I still have some dreams," and that's like, that hit me. I was like, dang, like this could mean a lot to people.
Yeah.
That feel like their dreams are done after they went through the life that they went through. I feel like that is a very good song and powerful that he came back and made that song because he's getting older. He missed out on years, but he still got dreams. So.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Sometimes we do feel like that. Because we're getting older, our dreams are so far-fetched. But I've seen, especially in my college experience, I've seen people 90, 80. I had someone in my cohort was 60-something.
Wow.
So, you still have the opportunity to chase your dreams. I just saw on Instagram a 90-year-old walking down the aisle getting married.
That's
It
crazy.
makes me want to cry.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Because they
People think
never
it's
gave
done.
up.
Yeah.
It's never over. It's
Until
never
you're
over,
gone.
guys. Yeah. Seriously, I don't care if I'm 99.
Mm-mm.
I'm gonna get married if I'm not married
That's
yet.
what I'm saying.
Husband.
That's your life. If you wanted to, that's a dream of yours. Do it.
For sure.
You're never too old.
Yeah, go after your dreams for sure. By the way, y'all, his birthday is in a couple of weeks. So you are turning how old?
23, and my phone is buzzing, y'all. So I'm about to throw it out of my
He's
pocket.
chirping. He's chirping on my podcast.
Too. I heard your little buzz went off too.
Okay, well now do you feel a little bit more comfortable?
I like that break the ice.
Okay,
It made me feel
awesome.
Relaxed. More.
Awesome. Okay, well he brought us Starbucks. We always have to have something on the pod, and I just thought that was so thoughtful because he knows my order.
Guys, we went to church together, and she was getting it every week. So I was like, okay. I'm going to remember. Well, some people don't remember things. But,
yeah, some people don't remember things. I'm telling you, I've had experiences and people talk about their brothers, and it's nothing like you.
Really?
Yes, you're a really good brother.
I feel like I do bare minimum. I feel like I could be better.
I be feeling like that too.
I'm not
with people. When they say, "Oh, you're the best ever," I'm like, really? I can do way better.
Like, she's put so much confidence in me.
Really?
Yes.
I feel like I could do better. Like, I feel like I'm not the friend of the year.
You go with the flow, you know?
But you're awesome.
That's crazy.
Awesome brother. And people see it.
I appreciate it.
It's like you really are.
I really do bare minimum, I feel like.
Like, brothers don't care for real about their siblings.
Wow. Well,
yeah.
That's good to know.
He's thoughtful. Like, he brought me like a egg thing, and he didn't put bacon on it because he know I don't eat bacon. So, like, you know, what brother thinks about things like that? I just think that's bare minimum. Well, I'm glad you think that that's bare minimum.
I do. Like,
you know, and that's why he's married, okay?
I don't understand that. Like, if you know someone don't eat pork, you should remember that.
Yeah.
That's a big deal.
You should, but, you know, some people don't. Okay, so now we're going to move into segment number 2.
Okay, let's go.
This is where we're really getting into what valiant, impactful, beautiful experiences is, right? So if you guys don't know, I am a therapist, and I want this segment to be to where you have the opportunity to talk to me as a therapist and give professional feedback, or peer-to-peer, or siblings, because you are my little brother, right? So this segment is called Vibe and Vent. So I want you to tell me anything that you have on your chest, a hot take or something you would just like to discuss and get off of your chest, a past experience, whatever the case may be. Okay. And we're going to start and go from there. Okay.
Do you have questions though?
I could formulate questions.
I go off of questions.
Okay, sure. We can start with a question. Okay. So kind of tell us about how your journey is. If people don't know, let people know your brands and everything like that, and where it started, where it originated from.
Okay.
Like, what do you do for your occupation?
Okay, so for a living, I am a social media influencer. If you don't know what that is, I basically post on every social media platform and monetize it. And you probably know what it is in today's world. But when I talk about this, I get nervous. Why? Because it's like a big deal, you know? It's like what changed, you know, me.
Okay.
But basically, that's what I do.
What do you mean?
Like, okay, so let me get to it. Let me get to it.
Okay.
So going through, you know, life, you know, this wasn't on my path.
Sure.
I figured out.
You didn't think it was on your path.
Yeah, I didn't think it was. But I always was on social media. I did Instagram. But whenever I finally, like, realized it, whenever I got injured, right? Mm-hmm. And that made me realize that I needed a plan B.
How'd you get injured, and from what sport? Like, what happened?
Baseball. So, still hurt to this day. But I was actually playing football at the time, and I went in for a tackle, and my shoulder slipped. And I haven't had an MRI because I'm scared of them, but I know I tore muscles in my shoulder for sure. I went to the doctor several times, and he told me, you know, several things about it. I can't remember the name of what it was. When I did get an x-ray, I did get things done. But I did mess up my shoulder 2 times, and I messed up my left one too, so it's both of them. I just had slippage because of, you know, baseball, swinging the bats very hard, you know, it wear and tears on your shoulders and throwing formations and all kind of things. So that happened. I was going into my senior year of college. I mean, not college, senior year of high school, and I got hurt. Plus, I had COVID year, so I was just like, you know, stuck between, you know, going to school to a college I didn't want to go to, or, you know, staying home, doing community college, and make some money. And then, of course, I wanted to go play ball. That was a dream of mine. So, you know, that things just happened. I got injured before, you know, I went to college. So I had to make a decision, go to college and sit out for a year and get well, or stay home. And, you know, I talked to mom and things like that. And, you know, we made the best decision to stay home. And I was doing social media at the time because I did social media my senior year of high school. That's when it started, actually. I was 17, I think, when I first started.
Yeah.
And I started that because I knew the potential, because you and Kieja was doing it back then when y'all first started. And Kieja and you were encouraging me to, like, you know, start a couples channel.
So Kieja is our older sister.
Sorry, I'm name dropping. I don't know.
No, it's fine. Kieja's on a previous pod.
Okay.
So it's fine if they're on previous pods.
Okay.
Then it's fine. Kieja and I used to do YouTube challenges, stuff like that. And so then we go ahead.
Yeah. So basically, y'all, if no one knows this, but I took over their channel.
Yeah.
And it had like 200 subscribers. I took over their channel and she was pushing me to do it, and I was like, I don't really know how people gonna feel about it. You know, it was kind of like a thing that no one did around there. I was, scared, and she's like, just do it. No one cares. And I was like, okay, I'll do it. So my current wife now, we decided
current wife. That's a prank.
That's a trend.
Oh God.
Let's not say that. Okay, my wife now. My wife. How about that? Oh, that's a bad one.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Mia. I'm gonna drop her name because she don't mind.
Yeah.
But my wife Mia, I asked her one day. I was like, "Hey, do you want to do this?" And she was like, "I'm not really." Her personality wasn't out there like that. And I was like, "It could be something great. If you want to do it, just let me know." She said no at first, and then for some weird reason, all of a sudden she was like, "Let's do it." I was like, "What are you talking about? You said it's not you. Like, I'm not making you do anything you don't want to do." She's like, "Let's do it." So our first YouTube video, she came with the idea, and she made the thumbnail, and she edited the video.
I didn't know
no
that.
one knows this. She did the whole thing. I didn't do nothing. I just sat back and just relaxed.
Yeah.
And then it was a process through the end, up and down. She was like, "Okay, this is me, but this is me." But that's how my career started. I was in high school. I got injured, and I had to find something else to do, which I was, like I said, I was already on social media, posting for baseball and trying to get, knowledge from, what I did. But back then it wasn't popular for coaches and stuff to be on social media. They wasn't looking like they are now. It wasn't like that. If I was doing what I was doing back then, in today's world, it would have been a big deal.
It would have been different. Sure. So what was that experience like going through your senior year in COVID, then getting an injury and trying to navigate and figure out your life now that, for one, you didn't have a graduation until when? July?
It was hot. Oh no.
It was July for sure. Hot. It was July. So what emotions surrounded you wanting to go for baseball and that not working out? And as far as that's internal perspective and external, what people would think, what dad would say, what mom would say, what emotions surrounded that? Your dreams of going to college not being fulfilled.
How I feel about that?
Yeah.
I think about it every single day. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't. It bothers me every day. I just feel like certain things are for you and some things are not. And even though you love something so much, you have to let it go in a way of not being present, but it's in your presence.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? And that's one thing that, baseball is one of the things that I feel like that is it. For example, I feel like God gave me my son for the reason of that, because I wanted a baby girl my whole life. I always wanted a girl first.
Really?
I always wanted a girl. I never thought about having a boy.
You did tell me that because you had great big sisters.
Yes, I had sisters, so I grew around girls my whole life, so I knew how to handle a girl.
Yeah.
Guys, I never had really good guy friends growing up. I never really, I never really had that, loyalty from a guy before.
Sure.
So I knew I had loyalty from girls before, with sisters and stuff. And I knew how loyal girls could be. I know there's a whole thing out there that, women aren't loyal, but I feel like women are way more loyal than men. That's my personal opinion. But like I was saying, backtracking.
Well, your emotions surrounding not being able to fulfill your dreams of going to college.
Yeah. So, like I said, I feel like God gave me my son because of that reason first. And he was like, okay, if your son might be interested in the sport.
Sure.
So you're able to fulfill, his want and need throughout it and help him navigate through the sport that you love, you once loved. And he blessed me with the ability to be able to provide for him in ways that I couldn't have growing up.
Exactly.
With training and things like that. If he needed ever need to get better, and that stuff costs a lot of money. So I'm able to provide for him in the future if he ever wanted to have that. So I mean, it kind of went down a little bit, the hurt from that, knowing that I possibly
it was some healing in Slayton.
It's a possibility that he'll play.
Sure.
So, but my emotions are still there. I think about it all the time. But I had a lot to take from me through my careers of sports in high school. A lot of coaches sat me on the bench. A lot of coaches took advantage of my personality, that I wasn't outgoing as other players, and I didn't talk back much. I didn't show emotions. I was just going through I went there, I did my job, and I went home. So that played a big factor in my career. So it's just a lot of emotions between that. I had coaches doing things for me, so I really thought it was done for me in the beginning anyway. So
let's talk about that. Coaches taking things, or you feeling like things have been taken from you, your dreams or your perception of what your dreams could be and how you could fulfill them, right? So let's talk about that. Like, what do you feel like was taken from you specifically?
Playing time. I felt like I was one of the best on every team that I played on. But I just didn't give coaches what they... I feel like I didn't give coaches the reaction that they wanted.
Sure.
A lot, like I said. They wanted... With my high school, they wanted like... kind of like grit, mean, and aggressive all the time.
Sure.
Like they want people to be like dogs. I was a dog, but I'm not finna back talk somebody after I
You're respectful.
I'm respectful. Like I'm the type of dude that'll help you up after I hit you hard.
Yeah.
And they didn't like that, and I feel like that's a big factor. And also, you know, like I said, you guys came in before me, and our name Kirkendall was a big deal in high school. I feel like, and I felt like I was always targeted by coaches.
Yeah.
Every time I tried to do something like even times I had, you know, breakouts, they will see it, but they would not see it. Like they wouldn't acknowledge it. I would stay late and, you know, come early, be first one in there. I would not get acknowledged, but someone else come right after me. They'll be like, "Hey, what's up, so and so?" I'm like, "I'm in here first, and you didn't even see me in here."
Say hi to me.
Yeah, so I'm just walking, put my bags down, and walk right past me every time. So I'm just like, okay, I get the vibes already.
Right.
So I don't know why I was the one that dealt with that. Maybe because I knew I was bigger than what they had there.
You're bigger.
Yeah, and that's just me being honest.
You had more.
Yeah.
And we don't often claim what God has for us. So this is our opportunity to do so. We are bigger. God has a purpose and plan for our life, and that's been ordained since we can remember. We had an aunt who spoke light and love over us. We had parents that loved us, right? And we have a God that cared for us.
Yeah. That's another thing too. I don't think they like my faith.
Sure. We wasn't the type of individuals that was loud and disrespectful. We came in, we worked hard, we did our job, and we left. We were respected amongst our peers because of that same thing. We was not in drama. We wasn't problematic. We wasn't any of those things. And we obtained a lot. But God gets the glory with that. But with that, you got humans who the enemy works against or works with to work against God's people, who would try to humble you, who would make you feel like, what am I doing? Or lose your dreams, or try to taint what God has for you. And I think that was happening. I think what God said, you don't go against flesh against flesh. You go against the unseen world, the principalities, right? That's the enemy was trying to work against you at an early vulnerable age, and you not being insightful enough to understand that.
Right.
But your dreams were not taken away. They were just enhanced. If God takes some or allows something to be tainted, it's because he has something better for you.
Right.
And that is what I want to instill in you. And obviously you see that now. But I hate that you had to go through that. I hate that people cannot just be happy but try to humble people or be envious of people, and when they have authority they use that in vain. Right. I hate that you had to go through that.
This is going to be a crazy story, but I did skip workouts one season because I wanted to go on a mission trip in church camp, and I got the utmost hate for that. Because I chose my faith. I got a similar experience. Yeah, I chose my faith over that.
You remember that? I sat out a whole. Yeah. I was the only one who sat out longer than any starters, because I went on a mission trip.
The fact that I got hate for doing that, that showed me what kind of people they were. And I was like, why would you even, I'm not going on a vacation with my family. I'm going on a mission trip. I'm going to do God's word for a week, and I'm coming back to work out. This is going to be here. I'm missing a week of lifting. You know what I'm saying? And the whole time we were there, we were playing ball. You know, we was in Puerto Rico at the time. Yeah. And
we surely was playing ball with wild horses.
We were active. So I'm like, it's not like I was sitting on my butt the whole time. I was conditioning the whole time. I was playing ball. But, things like that, made me stand out from other people. And I don't think the coaches really liked that. They thought that maybe I wasn't putting it first, or
it could be so. When you are bigger than, when you have a purpose far greater than the sport, they're going to key in on the people who the sport is all that they have, right? They're going to key in on the people that this is their life. They'll do anything for this sport. But when okay, well, I have family support, I have love, I have education, when you have other things, they're going to kind of just try their best to overlook you in a way and say oh, well, if this don't work out for him, he got something else. But if this don't work out for him, this is it. So let me invest in him because he'll give anything to this program.
Right.
We are the God. We don't have to give.
I didn't worship. I'm not worshiping
to,
a coach. I'm not worshiping a sport. I'm not worshiping everything but God, and that's how I live my life.
Yeah.
Like I'll go in here, but if you're gonna treat me the way I treat, I'm just gonna let it go. I think God is bigger, and He always has a plan for me. That's why I let basketball go at the early stage, because same thing. I wasn't getting playing time, and I will do great in practice, and get switched to the A team, and game comes around, and I'm getting benched. Yeah. I'm getting manipulated. I'm like sitting here like, dang, I practiced the whole week, all the plays, did well. And I'm just, being hopeful,
thinking it's maybe like, this week.
A lot of things in high school really made me realize that, people that act like they're for you are not actually for you.
They're not.
They're just here to manipulate you in ways and try to,
because their own internal conflict.
Yes.
Their own internal conflict. It's not ruining your character. Your character is defined by you. People can try to. It's trying to ruin your confidence.
Yeah. And
ruin, the hopes you have in yourself. And honestly, I think that this is a hot take with small town people, because I remember in 7th grade, they asked, what do you want to be when you grow up? And this one particular person said, I want to go to the NBA, and they automatically shot that down.
Yeah, they'll laugh at you if you said that.
Ha ha ha, you need to find another career.
Oh, you're really into a hot topic here. The social media influencing. Same thing.
Go ahead.
When I talk to people about I'm going to talk to the camera, because this one is a little deeper. When I told people that I was going to do this, the amount of people that told me that it wasn't possible, the amount of people that told me that, you're going to get made fun of, you're going to laugh at because it's not going to work out, you're going to embarrass yourself. Well, it worked out, and that's what I do for full-time living. And guys, I've been in locker rooms where I got laughed at every time I enter a locker room. They will cite my YouTube video words that I said in the video. So the whole time they were watching, but they were making fun of me when I got in the locker room and say a line I said in the video and try to make me feel embarrassed about it. And I just sat there and took it. I'm like I said, I'm quiet. I just let God do the work. I never say anything. And the fact that I dealt with that so much, and I could have quit a long time ago, but God, like I say.
And those same individuals who were taunting you in the locker room, making fun of your dreams and your aspirations, are the same individuals doing what?
Text me to this day, asking me how I'm
reaching out to you.
Reaching out, asking questions, and wanting to do things, and I just don't engage in. I forgive, but I don't forget. That's how person I am. I never forget things that happen, and I'm never gonna hold a burden on nobody, because that just wastes my energy.
It is.
I don't have a problem with nobody, but I'm not gonna enter you into my life.
Yeah.
When you wasn't in it years ago.
Yeah, 100%. And that's what we talk about and work on often is our boundaries, and for him to get the respect he deserved. He's a 22-year-old young brown man, point blank period, and he walks around so humble, as he should, because God gives us everything, and God teaches us to be humble, right? But in the same sense, you gotta walk around with confidence, and you gotta understand that Jesus had boundaries. You cannot navigate this world and just give to everyone, and they don't respect you because you're a young man, and they think you still, have time to figure out this life. But what you have done is uncommon, and that's anywhere. It's people that's in bigger cities, LA, Houston. If they get 1 million followers, guess what? They're still just as happy. So it doesn't matter if it's small town or not small town. What you doing and what you have done is uncommon, and you have to walk around like that, because if not, people are going to treat you how they want to treat you.
That's true.
And you have had experiences where people who have been acquainted with you previously but overlooked you as well, reaching out to you, older men reaching out to you, but not reaching out to you with respect that you deserve, because you're uncommon. Because if you're reaching out to him, that means you need help.
Right, you need help.
You want guidance to do something that he's doing. Right. So respect him. Respect him. And he might not say it, but as an older sister, a manager's sister over here, I will. And I will continue to say it, because you have a long life ahead of you. Right. And you got a lot of people that's going to try to, you got the enemy that's targeting you because you're a man of God, a young man of God, and you're doing the right things in life. You got people who are envious and jealous. You got people who feel superior, as if you shouldn't be in a position they should be in.
Right.
All types of things. So you have to continue to practice those boundaries no matter how uncomfortable it is. And that's some things we have, talked about and experienced together. And I will continue to. And I will continue to
I respect
ask God
that because,
for wisdom.
like I said, I don't really talk much. I don't really like to talk much because I feel like God does the work. But sometimes you do have to say things and speak up for yourself and, set your boundaries. And I suck at that. I'm working on it very hard, but boundaries set with people, I see good in people a lot. And it takes a lot for someone to make me angry and forget them, just like crash out on them. Like, it takes a lot. But whenever I realize, if I'm trying over and over again for someone to, try for me or be there for me or support me, that I realize like it's no longer there. Like the spark is no longer there with that person, no matter who you are. And that's been my whole life growing up, like around these people around here. I have a couple of people that, stay true. They come in and out, come back, and, it's bouncing back and forth. But
inconsistent.
Yeah, inconsistent. But overall, it's very inconsistent with like a lot of people, or they just don't say anything or support it, or don't even support actually. They don't say anything and just watch and just But that's fine. That's fine. Like I said, like you say, you're bigger than your small town where you're from, and I don't hold a burden towards anyone.
Right.
Like you guys can stay
they
here.
They don't have to support.
Yeah, you guys can stay here, do what you're doing, do what you do. I personally could care less.
Sure. And you made it this far without
the support. So it's not about wanting people's support.
Right.
Because it's too late, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't need it respectfully. Yeah. But you can if you want to, if you want to hop on.
And
but
we'll be open arms.
Yeah, like I still respect people.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like I said, I'm not desperately searching for that like I was in the beginning.
Right.
Like I was desperately asking them, like to support me, and that's
because
what I
you were
want.
doing something different.
Yeah.
And you needed that support.
Yeah. Like I would think in that area, someone doing something different, they will push you forward. Be like, yes, we need somebody like that from this area.
But now they're saying it.
Yeah.
Because I get stopped all the time.
Yeah, I would think that they would love that back then. Like, see the vision. Like, yes, no one's from here. But people
can't see it. Only God gives you a vision. Sometimes you're the only one that sees your vision. And you just got to trust God through the journey. And then when it comes to fruition, and then that's when everybody else sees the vision. But if everybody else saw the vision at the beginning, it would have been more tainted than it is now. Right? Like, I wish you would have had someone to say, I believe in you. You did. You had your wife. Mm-hmm. You which something you talked to me about. But I wish you would have had more people to say, I believe in this. And even me at the time, I was in college, so I was unaware that you didn't have the support that I thought you had.
Yeah, you had your own life
I had
going
no.
on.
Like, to me, I'm like,
you're fighting your own battles over there. So I don't knock that, because you were dealing with a lot of stuff in college too that you dealt with. Same type of situations where So I never, I understand we fight our own battles separately, but we always connected together. We're in sync. That's how I feel about things. So I'm never like trying to get, y'all to come into my life and handle my situations. But even, people not believing in me, like mom, like my mother, she never really, not believed in the dream. She just always was like, go for it,
And that's how she's always
been. She don't know, she don't know anything about it.
Yeah.
But she's like, go for it.
Yeah,
if it works, it works.
Yeah.
I'm gonna support you.
Mm-hmm.
But other people, they just didn't see it. If it wasn't,
how
if
scary
it wasn't sports,
it is, though? If it is not, because it's a small town thing. It's not sports. You know how scary it is to not have knowledge of something but try to believe in it. Mm-hmm. That's why a lot of non-believers in God, right? So it's just like, I think people are fearful of uncommon things. But that's what, it has to be that way. Mm-hmm. That's why it's only 1% up there.
Yeah,
if everybody could do it, they would.
Right.
But fear drives a lot of people to not obtain things and risk. The risk and the fear of, well, this is not common. This is unpredictable. This is faith-led.
Right.
You're in a faith-led career.
Yes.
Like your monetary gains, all that depends on the work you put in.
Yes.
Right.
Every month.
Instead of every 2 weeks you get a check, or every week, whatever the structure.
Guaranteed.
Right.
It's not guaranteed.
So when people don't understand those type of things, of course they're not going to support. They don't know how to.
Right.
A lot of things is like, if people could, they would, but if they don't, it's because one, they lack the skills or they lack the knowledge.
In the beginning, I feel like, people was like that, they didn't know. But then they start seeing the progress of what I was doing, and they try to hop on the bandwagon. And like I always said this saying is that if you don't have supporters in the beginning, like I understand, because what do they have to support if you haven't done anything or congratulate? Sure. So I always gave people the benefit of the doubt when they didn't support me in the beginning. But looking back at it, it just wasn't support. It was also doubting. Right. And that's when it became the problem. Whenever you doubted the dreams of somebody else, that's when it becomes an issue. Mm-hmm. You don't have to support something you can't see or don't understand, like you're saying, because you don't get it. Mm-hmm. But don't tell someone it's not possible because you don't know anything about it. Exactly. That's where it messed up, and that's 100%. Where they messed up with me. Like basically making fun of the idea of what I had going on and tell me basically like it's not going to work.
But you know what it is? Intimidation. Yeah. Because there's a saying that in some research that suggests that people see your potential before you even see your own potential, right? Mm. People know that you was bigger than a program of a lot of things, right? And that's probably like some spiritual side of it, People see your potential before you see your own. That becomes intimidation, right? Just like Jesus. Mm-hmm. He walked around, he was doing miracles of what people was doing, still not believing in him, right? So it's the same thing because they were intimidated. There's no way he's God. Mm-hmm. There's no way he is. They're just scared. Yeah. It's just intimidation.
That's understandable.
Because they saw his power and they saw his glory and they saw everything that he was, and they was intimidated. Yeah. So I just think people were most so intimidated with you, so they taunted you and they made fun of you. It's because they know that you could go far with this. They knew that you could, whether they were consciously aware of it or not. If they wasn't conscious, it's because they were just letting the enemy use them. Because when you're vulnerable and not holding your ground, then you're easily accessible to the enemy, or they were just doing the work of trying to taint your vision and your purpose in life.
Right. I didn't have much confidence either in high school because of the reason, I always get put in the shadow and get put. Sure. I was the last one out of the batch. By the way, when y'all left school, it was awful. When my sisters left the high school, like
they were waiting to get to
they were waiting. Like they were targeting. Like it was like I just stayed to myself. I lost all friends my senior year basically. I ain't talking to nobody. I had Mia, that's it. And they hated the fact that I don't care if y'all watching this, to be honest. I'm being real with y'all. If y'all watching this, I really don't care. I'm gonna be honest because it's how I feel. Honest. Yeah. I really don't like the fact that how like they treated my wife when she came inside the games and stuff. Like one particular thing, and it kind of makes me emotional, kind of makes me want to crash out. One of the guys like asked her, was that a hickey on her neck? And they knew.
Because they watched the video.
Yes, they knew she was in the home invasion. Yeah. And asked her in her face, was that a hickey on her neck? In the high school gym, during a basketball game. And she still talks about that to this day. And the fact that I was with girls from other schools, they hated that. They didn't like the fact that I wasn't like, I guess it's like I don't know, like you gotta be gospel thing. Well, I don't care about saying anything. You gotta be in that area, small town thing.
Yeah, I don't care about you saying that.
And I didn't understand it. You know what I'm saying? Like I never got invited to anything because of her. I never got. They did parties every weekend, hung out, which I never would came anyway because that wasn't me. But I never got invited. Mm-hmm. I was all left out. After, all this stuff changed, younger me, I was involved in a lot of things. Of course, growing up, I had a few friends and going up to their house, staying nights on the house, shout out to them. They know who they are. I appreciate the experiences. But when we got older, things changed. Mm-hmm. And, that's how it happened. But, yeah.
Aren't you grateful, though?
I'm very grateful because I wouldn't be where I was today if I went to those parties. If I did things they did.
Right, if you hung out with them.
If I hung out with them.
In hindsight, I look back and I'm like, wow, God, I was different. I was uncommon. Yeah. Thank you for hurting my feelings. For being fake and talking behind my back. Thank you.
It was
because God was weeding things out naturally for me to find my group of people, which I have such a beautiful group of people in my life, from my friends to my family, like it's cultivated by God and refined. Right. So it's like you can look back on hindsight. It's like, well, thanks for that because I wasn't like them anyways. Yeah. Birds of a feather do flock together.
Yeah. And even in sports too, I had some, players that would, support me and try to back me up and like, coach, play Waylon. He's good, play him. But most of them will be going along with like I suck. Sure. And they know I didn't suck. Yeah. But it's just like they will just like to see me fail in ways. I don't know why me. I don't know. I still don't know. I say this all the time. Like, why was I the one that had to deal with it? But like I said,
sit with that.
Yeah.
Sit with that right now.
Yeah.
When you ask yourself that again out loud.
I said, why was I the one have to deal with the things I had to deal with in high school?
Because you're uncommon.
Yeah.
If the path is easy, it's not from God.
Yeah.
Everybody's not chosen.
Yeah. It's the fact that, because you do everything right, you're nice to people, you support people.
Exactly.
And you don't do anything, negative towards anybody, but still
you get all the hardships.
Getting the hardships of, people.
Getting overlooked, getting just like Jesus, right?
Yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy to me to look back on it because I never really sat down and talked about it or thought about it till like now, and I'm like, dang, I really went through all that stuff. Like I fought through high school,
and you didn't even realize you were just fighting through because
yes.
God was walking you through it. It
yes.
didn't feel as heavy
yes.
as you look back on it in hindsight. It's like, wow, I actually went through a lot.
Yes.
But now you look back and you're like, dang, that was hard.
Yes.
That's kind of how I was in college. Now my experience in high school, my experience was my experience, but in college I had a very similar experience to you. I was still, although I was injured and stuff, I was still performing at the top, but I still didn't get the recognition and love and stuff that I felt like I deserved with my leadership and skills. But I also knew signing that contract that I was bigger than track. Right. I knew that.
And like I mentioned to you earlier, I feel like from a brother coming, to you, I feel like you have more confidence than, most of us, though, also. I feel like, that's another reason why they didn't try you as much. They did. They tried. But you still, held your head up. Me, if a coach did something to me, they could see it on my face. Like, they could see it's bothering me. So they continue to attack.
Sure.
Until my last year of high school, I didn't care no more.
Yeah.
Because I was like, okay, this is done. No, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't... You basically took it away from me.
Yeah.
I didn't have the experience that I needed to get to where I want to get. So, God, lead me somewhere else. Put me on a different path because this wasn't the right path anyways. So I looked up to you because I saw how comfortable you were and how you led people, led the school, in ways, and how people respected you. And like I said, I never begged for no one's respect, but sometimes you really wish you could get so much respect that they have because you feel like you deserve doing the same thing or even doing things that are a little bit better and nicer than what they're doing, and they get all the respect. So. Yeah.
Well, thank you for that. I
for sure.
you for acknowledging that.
For sure.
I always wanted, even if it wasn't driven consciously, wanted to be the best I can be because I knew that was going to influence other people to be the best they can be. And you've always been under my wing because our aunt was just so loving and caring, and she molded and, did everything she could possibly to make sure that we were who we were to each other as siblings. And we grew up really close. Our other siblings were already in school. We was, having a one day good time at home, playing cards, just being molded again and shaped into having a really healthy sibling relationship. There wasn't much fighting unless it was a FU, FCU, whatever. Wrestling things. Other than that, it wasn't much fighting. Right. But I say all that to say, looking back in hindsight with the things, and I've spoke about it in my previous pod, but I'll briefly go through it. With me being number one in my class and the only black in top 10. And even then, I walked in when they was calling top 10, right? We walked in, they called me last, and the counselor at the time pulled me and said, "You're number one." Mind you, I know I was going to be number one. I actually, the top 10, we went through all classes together, and then my senior year, I decided to talk, although I already had my college credits in English, I decided to take AP 5. And nobody else took AP 5. And I said, God, why am I feeling led to take AP 5? But that's what put me over the top. So, more of the story, I walked in, and she told me I was number one. I was kind of shocked. I really was. And then I were in the room with the rest of the top 10. And they were discussing speeches. They were discussing, who should do what, right? And I'm just sitting back. Because I got the speech right. I'm number one. Right. I should have to make a speech. Right. But I didn't say anything, just as you don't say anything. And they're like, da-da-da-da, da-da-da. Well, she can share with him, and he can do this. And they said, well, so and so don't have anything to say, but so and so was number 6, right? Oh, so and so can share the speech with Z, and I'm like, number 6?
Yeah, that's
not even number 2. We're not tied for number 1. Number 2 was tied together. I wasn't tied with anyone. Therefore, I should have my own speech. Preceding that, though, she said, do you guys want to sit alphabetical order or do you want to sit by number in which you graduate? Of course we would like to sit by number in which you graduated. Guess what we did? I'm K. And we sat, and I was towards the end of top 10. So it looked as if I didn't graduate number 1. Do you get what I'm saying? Yes. So it was little things like that. And it was little things throughout my experience to where I look back, I'm like, man, I really was getting played for real.
Yeah.
I was getting played. Like, I would say how uncommon my experience was I was number 1 in my class. I was captain of the basketball team. I was captain of the cheer team. I was all-state in the basketball, all-state in cheer, all-state in track. I got scholarships that our school has never obtained before.
Right.
I was number 1 in my class. I was Mrs. GHS. I was homecoming. The list goes on.
Just a little bit of everything. A little bit of everything.
But did I feel like I got full recognition? I led my team to regionals. Prior to that, the girls basketball team had not been in regionals in, 15 years?
Yeah.
I got 4 school records in track. I was state champion in track. The list goes on. Yeah. Do I feel like I got all my recognition? No. But was they ready for us to get out of there? Yes. And that's why we were so vulnerable.
Honestly, being completely honest, you need a banner in that high school.
A statue.
Your name needs to be hanging from the roof in the gym somewhere, because that's ridiculous. A lot of schools do put recognition on people that done so much for their school. Our school has, the plaques and stuff inside of the. Do you have one of those inside of the gym? When people's names on it, like certain people's names on it. You have one of those? Do you know?
No.
You don't? Huh. You don't? Like, what were you remember? Do you remember the gym, like when you first walked in?
The basketball, like undefeated.
Cassette stamp? No, it's like it's certain names on there. Like it's individual names on there.
No.
Broke all-time record yards. So and so.
No, I do not.
You don't?
No.
Oh wow. I didn't know that.
No, I do not.
Cause you walk in that gym and you look at all the names on there. I know one person. He was running back then. His name is all over. He had back then. From back then.
I do not.
He has.
I still hold.
That's crazy.
4 school records. I still hold.
Your name's not on anything? Wow.
No.
I didn't know that.
Hey, so we just took a short break. We had an intermission. We had to get some things together, and the audio had some technical difficulties. But we're back.
Yeah, we're back.
Okay, so we're going to move along to segment 3. And segment 3 is the vibe check. Okay? We're going to check your vibe because we just had some very intense conversations going. You know what I'm saying? Let's just cool it off a little bit. So I always give my guests the opportunity to choose. So we either have rapid fire questions or a check-in, like a rating, like a Likert scale check-in. Okay. So which one do you want to do? An emotional check-in or rapid fire questions?
You choose.
I'll choose?
Yes.
All right, to lighten the load, just because we just had a heavy talk, we're going to do a rapid fire question. Okay, I'm going to think of it off the top of my head. I do have some over here, but I got to get my postcards, guys, and I do not want to continue to look over there. You know what? I'm just going to grab it.
Yeah, just grab it.
Okay.
It's a nice notebook.
Thank you. Yeah, it was a gift. It's real leather. Yeah. Smell like a man with some money.
Okay.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
This is rapid fire. 3, 2, 1. Coffee or tea?
Tea.
Okay. Morning person or night owl?
Morning.
Mountains or beach?
Beach.
Dogs or cat?
Dogs.
Sweet or savory?
Sweet.
Sweet mouth. Look at sweet mouth. Okay. What is one thing you're mostly proud of?
My faith.
Oh, I love that. I'm proud of his faith too. Okay. What is one thing you cannot live without?
My family.
Aww, that's awesome. And if you had any place in the world to teleport, where would it be?
To Jesus.
For real?
Yeah.
You want to be gone?
Not like that. No, like I just wanted to, have a session.
Yeah.
Can you come back?
with that being said, we finished the vibe check. How do you feel?
Do you want me to teleport somewhere in real life?
I'm just saying, like, it's up to you to choose. I'm not gonna dictate.
I mean, that's everybody. That's most people's fate. That was fun.
Thank you. Okay, so now we hop into our fourth segment. This is the second to last segment. We're almost done with this podcast. How do you feel?
I feel like I got a lot out that I never really talked about, and that's a good thing. I think that it was great for me to do this because I don't usually do things like this.
Yeah.
I'm always quiet, so.
Yeah.
On TikTok and stuff, people think I'm not quiet, but the real side of me when I'm not like ADHD, I'm very quiet.
Honestly, I've been wanting to access the whole pie. Can I taste some of your drink? What is that?
You want to taste my drink?
Yeah.
That's what you've been wanting to do the whole time?
Yeah.
So so have you been listening to me?
I've been listening. I can recall everything you've said.
You've been staring down my drink the whole time I've been talking. Yes. And you want to taste my drink?
Yeah.
We're in the middle of a whole podcast. You want to taste my drink?
Cause it's been sitting there.
I ain't gonna lie, sis. I tasted yours in the truck.
You tasted? Oh! I got lipstick on.
I tasted yours in the truck. You can waste it all over yourself.
That's good. I'll taste a little bit.
It got apple juice with it.
No, let me tell you.
Last
night we were eating seafood. And I'm eating my seafood, and he don't like to get all the butter and all the sauce or whatever.
No.
And I said, and I get all the stuff. And I open my bag, and mind you, it's sitting on his island. I'm like, it's already sitting out. It's not in the bag. Mom, okay, he's just being nice. So I look in my bag. I open my bag, and I'm like, man, they didn't give me that much sauce today. My sauce is looking skimpy today. And then what did you say?
I poured it in my bag.
So he used some of my sauce for his seafood, y'all?
No, because I was looking at my stuff, and usually I get like a little butter, just a little bit. I don't like if it just all in my bag. I just want a little bit. So I poured a little bit. I told her that I got a little bit, though.
No, he didn't get a little bit. He got a lot more than a little bit. Because I barely had some left. I barely had sauce anyway, so yeah.
Just a taste test.
He likes to do that.
I did drink some of this on the way home.
What'd you think about it?
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
But my cup of tea.
See, in the fall they do pumpkin spice.
That's my favorite. I like pumpkin.
And it tastes really good with pumpkin spice. But anyways, okay. We're gonna hop into segment number 4, which is called Impact Point. Okay? So this is you giving me something. You can drop a gem to everyone else, or you can give a quote or a Bible verse or anything that has impacted you lately.
Okay. Oh. Okay. Oh. Wow. Dang. Like I screenshot a lot of stuff, but I don't remember it. That's kind of hard for me. But what's on my heart, I'm just gonna say this.
Go ahead.
Hopefully I got the verse right. I believe it's Romans 8:31, and it said, "If God is for you, then who can be against you?" And that's the whole point of this podcast too. God is for you, who can be against you?
I love that. That really wraps things up and wrap it back around.
I actually wrote on my wrist every football game, even though they didn't play me much. I still wrote it because I want to always have faith. Me sitting there knowing I had the talent to do the things other people are doing, being, the person I was. I just wanted to write down my wrist. If someone saw me, they saw the verse on my wrist. So I did my job, So I wrote that almost every game if I had a marker. Sometimes they didn't want to take my risk because they knew I wasn't playing today, but it's fine.
You did it.
I bought my own tape and I wrote it on there anyway. So you don't got to tape no more. I'll take my own stuff. But going back a little bit, because I didn't speak on this earlier, there is one coach, actually 2 coaches that really stood out to me.
Sure.
And that I really love dearly. And he believed in me. He did give me the shot.
I love
and
that.
he put, he was a head coach. He gave me the shot when other coaches didn't want to put me out there. He put me out there. And I feel like I made him proud. And it hurt my soul. He left. Oh, man, he hurt me so bad. Still in contact with him to this day. Actually, both of them. And I really appreciate that. Actually, 3 coaches. My senior year coach, too. He was the one. He was always, encouraging me every day behind closed doors. I would come to him, talk to him, sit in the office with him. And he just continues to encourage. There's still good people out there.
Oh, for sure.
There
always.
is.
In the midst
There
of
is.
it.
So I want to go back and
sure.
backtrack on that because there is a couple coaches that some of them have authority, but they were lower. And they understood because they were getting treated the same way in ways too. You know, including the head coach. I think our head coach was getting treated in a way because he was changing the program in his way, and he was different coaching. So people really didn't like the way he moved, and he wasn't too busy of a talker and gossiper. And he was just, you come in here, and I don't care what you do, I don't care who you are, what your name is. And if you don't respect me or respect this team, then you're gone.
Yeah.
Like he literally benched the starting running back and played me one game because he missed practice and stuff and didn't show up, and he benched him the whole game. We still won.
I love that fairness.
We still won. I played against a couple.
I remember when he first came to the program. You guys would have to go immediately to the locker room and not after
no
the
one
game.
liked that though, but it was right though.
And so all the cheerleaders were upset because they couldn't go talk to their boyfriends and take pictures because you guys go immediately to the locker room. You'll pray and go to the locker room. And it was just so funny because it shows like the different culture that he was trying to cultivate.
It was good though because, be honest, the coach before then, what would the players do? Be all up in the cheerleader's face or going home eating cheeseburgers and showing up late? But it's discipline. You need the type of person in your life to show you like, hey, if you're gonna be a part of this, you need to do it right. It's a commitment, and a lot of people have problems in that area with commitment, will commit to something.
For sure.
And that's what he was trying to bring into the community. People didn't like that.
Yeah.
They hated that. They thought it was uncomfortable because he's like,
it was uncomfortable.
It was uncomfortable for y'all.
It was new. I mean, it wasn't uncomfortable for me.
Well, the most of the cheerleaders that want to see the boyfriends and stuff. On game days we could not leave the locker room. Like we can leave the locker room, but we couldn't leave the campus. You know what I'm saying? Like we're there the whole Friday. Yeah. You're not going nowhere.
Yeah.
He gonna feed you. You gonna eat there. You there the whole Friday.
Get your mind right. Yeah. You have to play.
But that's what colleges do. That's what they did.
For sure.
They don't let their players go home and go visit with people. No, this is a business day. Treat it like business. So I respected that.
I respect it.
It's a lot of things.
I love structure.
Yeah, I do too, and I love it so much because I feel like God gives me that. That's why I feel like I'm like, I just love it.
Yeah, and so now we're just wrapping up the pod with our last segment, which is beautiful energy. And this is a moment of softness or gratitude or light or an affirmation. So can you share a moment where you felt the utmost gratitude or you want to give an affirmation to the public and share an affirmation that you give yourself on a daily to keep yourself going in such an unpredictable career? I'm
very simple when it comes to things like that. I tell everybody to pray every single day, and it's very belittled. It's very, very, very belittled.
And it's so magnifying.
It's so powerful.
It's powerful.
Yeah. And a lot of people, it's impactful. It's powerful.
I love that. Impactful, guys.
A lot of people belittle it and don't, think it worked. Well, that's why I think, and they don't pray every single day. I pray every morning. I pray throughout the whole day. Like, it could be the littlest. Yes, it could be the littlest thing. Or thanking God, and I pray.
Same.
Prayer is so powerful. Same. And now, even if you can't see it now, you can know that, like, okay, I prayed, I feel good, let's relax.
Just giving it to God.
Right.
Because nothing lasts forever.
Right. And
no good thing, but also no bad thing.
Right.
We like to ponder over bad. But
on my phone, I set a reminder a couple years ago. And like I said, I'm a simple guy when it comes to that. It just says keep pushing. And what I mean by keep pushing is that you're going to go through a lot of stuff.
For sure.
But keep pushing. God didn't give up. So why would you? He didn't give up for us. He kept pushing. He kept carrying that cross. So why would I give up through the little stuff that I'm going through compared to what he went through? So keep pushing. And that's what I have on my phone. Like, why would you stop now? Whenever I didn't have nothing together, I made this reminder. It's still on my phone to this day. So I just keep it there, and I just, I tell everybody, if they come to me with anything, I just tell them, no, like, you got to keep going. You got to keep pushing. You have to. Like, you have no choice but to keep pushing and pray.
I love that. What a fruitful conversation. And this is us on a normal, y'all.
Yeah.
We talk so.
That's why we got a pod going.
Yeah, this is us on a normal. We always have very fruitful, very healing, very genuine conversations with each other. And just as much as he says he impacts me, I impact him, he also in return impact me so greatly, just as much. He guide me in ways where I'm more vulnerable, and I guide him in ways. So I think it's just a beautiful union, and God put us as siblings for a reason.
For sure.
Impact the world.
For sure.
And I love my little brother.
I love my sis, man. You know, I try to be the best brother I can be to my siblings and do what I can do.
He is.
You know.
He really is. And this is no fake. He genuinely is. So anyways, thank you everyone for tuning into the Bible Z podcast where you've just experienced a true value and impactful, beautiful experience. Hi, I'm Z, the host, and I have Waylon. Did you, Bob?
Yes, I did, Bob. And I have something to say to y'all also. Gentlemen, sit down and pee.
Sit down when you pee?
Yes.
Why so?
Because when you sit down, when you pee, you're thinking about the women, so you won't tinkle on the toilet.
You know how many toilet seats that's been up with pee on them?
Yeah. So
thank you for that, Gia.
Sit down when you pee, gentlemen. I promise, it's not sass, which y'all think it is. Do it.
Impact Point 2.0. Sit down when you pee. Thank you for that. Bye, everyone. Thank you.
See y'all.
Episode 2 is a wrap.
That's funny. That was good.